Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.
Welcome to the podcast. This is your co-host, Seth Greene. Today, we've got the good fortune to be interviewing Daniel Pope of Be Known. He is a marketing expert, chief storyteller, and impact advocate, successful business owner, and self-acclaimed chef from Memphis, Tennessee. Over the last 4 years, he's skyrocketed sales for dozens of incredible business owners by managing their online marketing system. Daniel, thanks so much for joining us.
Seth, I appreciate you having me. Looking forward to it.
All right, let's go back in time a little bit. How'd you get started?
Yeah, well, the year was 1995 and I was born. No, I'm just kidding. So go back a couple years. I was working as a full-time IT consultant and I realized I didn't want to fix printers the rest of my life. And so I set out doing social media management, getting my expertise and experience in that field as so many others do. And I realized, wait a second, does it directly make them money? So fast forward a few years and I really shifted focus towards online business owners with a niche into those selling information products. High margin, it was fun. And really my mission, and it coincides with that, is to impact 1 million people positively. And I want to do that in the next 5 years. I can't work one-on-one with 1 million people. So I help those that help others. It's exponential impact, so I like to call it.
Absolutely. Yes, we are big fans of the ripple effect here. You say there's 3 parts to a successful online business. What are the 3 parts?
Yeah, for sure. So it comes down to attention, system, and follow-up. And I'll explain each of those real fast. Attention, that's eyeballs, clicks, souls, people, right? Some people call it traffic. I like attention. It's sexier. And there's a lot of ways to get attention. You could put up a billboard on the side of the street. Maybe it works. It'll work for Coca-Cola, but probably not for you, the listener, as the business owner. So you can run Facebook ads. You can create strategic partnerships. You can host virtual summits, things like that. A system, a lot of people call it a sales funnel. It's just a process to turn a browser into a buyer. We focus on online, so we set up the web pages that make people money. And a system, focus on keeping it simple. Seth, so many people try to go in and create this convoluted 47-step webinar series, and it's like, oh no, what are we doing? Half the time I have to basically break the building down to build it back up for a lot of folks. And keep your system simple. And then finally, follow up. You got to follow up consistently. And that's done through email marketing, text marketing, send them a personal video if they're at a higher ticket client, retargeting ads even.
So, awesome. Those are all great examples. Now, you've scaled businesses to over 7 figures in 18 months or less. What are the commonalities in those businesses that were able to scale that fast?
Yeah, this is a great question because I'm actually in the middle of working on the 10 stages of online business growth from zero all the way up to you're making over $100 million. I've been blessed to work and have been around about 250 different online businesses over the past couple of years. And the commonalities in the very beginning are you clear? Can you clarify who, right? So many times people get so lost in the sauce of trying to sell to everybody. If you sell to everybody, you sell to no one. I don't take credit for that quote at all, but so true. And after they become clear, then they need to understand how they can market it. And we work with clients who are great content marketers. I personally, I can't record a video to save my life. It takes me 42 different takes, but our clients, they can knock it out all day long. And so we take what they've already created, their organic audience. I call it a beautiful golden wheat field. We put it in the Kellogg's factory and out pops cornflakes. and we sell those all day long. They need to know how to market it. So pick your channel, find out where your people are. If they're on Facebook, don't go on TikTok. If they're on LinkedIn, don't spend your time on Snapchat. It's as simple as that. And then going up through that, they need to have a great system that can automatically convert sales all day long. If it's a webinar, great. I don't really advise people to go out there and take $20,000 worth of training for webinars. It's as simple as knowing how to talk to people, giving them a great offer, and creating a presentation around that, so on and so forth. I mean, I could go through the different stages, but the most important thing, Seth, is clarity. Man, oh man, clarity. Get really crystal clear and spend time every single quarter getting clear.
That makes a lot of sense. Let's go flip side. What stops an online business from scaling? I mean, have you seen businesses that you couldn't help?
Yes. About 60% of the people that I talk with, they have a great idea, but once again, it goes back to clarity. They just aren't clear. They're muddled. They're lost in the sauce with it. Another big thing that they don't have is they don't have a validated offer, meaning it's cool if you want to create a course on how to make a better plate of spaghetti, but will people buy it? I'm sure there's somebody out there that will. But if you're trying to sell that bad boy for $1,000, you're off. Really, it comes down to if they're not able to scale, they don't have a congruent value ladder in place. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's just a fancy term for your suite of offers in ascending order. So you take someone from casual browser to loyal buyer to client to advocate. So they don't have a clear value ladder that can actually, number one, bring in revenue at the very least, but number two, make it profitable, right? You don't want to be the break-even business. We're not charities around here. I have a huge love for some nonprofits, but we're in the business of helping people make money.
Absolutely. How do you get more people to buy more and more often?
So that is a great question. So it comes down to three different things, right? Get more people, and that's increase the amount of buyers in the business. You buy more, and that's build a better system to increase what's called the average order value, or how much someone spends in that first little transaction, and then get them to buy more often. And that's increase the lifetime value. And that comes back to, do they love you? Is the flywheel spinning? Can they become repeat purchasers? Do you have things to offer them? So to get more people, right, that's all about attention. It coincides with the attention system follow-up. You need to get more attention. And how do you do that? Well, if you want to be strategic about it, you could go and sponsor Facebook groups. You could acquire other businesses. You could run Facebook ads. And once again, I mean, I guess you could put up a billboard on the side of the street, but you could also do that digitally. You could run advertisements on forums, right? Facebook is not the end all be all. And then how do you get them to buy more? Well, you implement upsells. You give them more things to buy right then and there. They already whipped out their credit card from their wallet. Why don't you sell to them again? And then finally, get them to buy more often. And that's keep selling to them. I believe this was Dan Kennedy who said, the only two reasons why people won't buy from you again is because you either make them mad. He used more choice language, but you either make them mad or you stop offering. And it's like, look, they're hungry for it. And that's what I see all the time in the personal brands and online businesses that we work with is if you stop offering, people are going to be asking, hey, when's your next course? Hey, when's your next thing? Can I buy something from you?
Now, you talk about that you can become known and make more money online without spending $1 on ads, which is kind of counterintuitive to all the Facebook, YouTube, everyone saying they're all ad agencies. You've got to spend money to get visibility. How are you helping people get known without spending money on ads?
So we have two main services in the business. One is our marketing alliance. That's where we work with people strictly on a performance basis. We invest in their business. We work on a profit share. But if they're not qualified for that, then we put them through what's called Brand Camp. And Brand Camp is all about, hey, it's not your time to spend money on ads. So many people come to me and they say, Daniel, I've got $500 to spend on ads. I said, well, I mean, that's cute, but it's not going to get you much of anything. When you don't want to spend on ads, what you can do is go back to the basics. So many times people forget about the fundamentals of business, and that is creating great relationships. I've been a student of Jay Abraham for a long time now. That's get more people to buy more often. That's where a lot of that came from. Him and Chet Holmes, they've popularized the concepts of strategic partnerships or the Dream 100. And so this is something that Russell Brunson also talks about too. I'm throwing out these names out here. They're people I suggest you as the listener check out. What you need to do is understand that there's free traffic out there that you can leverage. We call it OPA, other people's audiences. You've heard of OPM? Well, they've invested the time, energy, and money into building that audience. You can come in with a great offer, a great pitch, a great personal brand and say, hey, I've got something that can help you and your audience. I'd love to share it with them. All I ask is that you give me I'll give you a fair percentage of whatever I make. And so it's about building up strategic partnerships. So if you, for example, tactical speaking, if you go into a Facebook group and you say, hey, I've got 1,300 course creators in this group. Does anybody want to sponsor it? And then you have somebody over here who says, yes, we help course creators scale. And this is an example very, very true to me. And I say, I'd love to work with you on that. I'll do a free training to your group. It's over 5 days live training, no problem. Then all I ask is that you send referrals my way, or I give you a percentage of what I make. At the very least, you can say, hey, I'll give you $500 to do a live training with you and 5% of whatever we make on the back end. So you don't have to spend on Facebook ads. Quite frankly, if you're starting out, I don't suggest that you do. You're going to get eaten alive. That's the fact of the matter. You may hit it out of the park. I hope you do. But old St. Zuckerberg's not very kind to new businesses.
Very, very true. They do seem to want to make as much money as possible, which is all about working with bigger businesses. Your passion's obvious. What do you like best about what you do?
It boils down to everyone has their own little thing, right? I'm in talks with someone who has a course on how to create a cookie business. It's crazy. I've got another client who provides courses on raising investor capital. I'm actually going to go out to his event, CapitalCon, here in just a few weeks. Another client, she helps people with their Facebook lives, and it's just all across the board. I love that. And so growing up, I was never a kid who had a ton of friends. You know, I don't want to sound like a sad sap over here, but it's just true. I was involved in computers and in online stuff. This allows me to fuel that desire to connect with others because it's a direct conduit through my clients to others. And so really the biggest thing, Seth, it comes down to is the impact. I really love seeing my clients hit 10,000 buyers in a year, or hit their first million, or hit their first 10 million, or whatever it is that they're doing, because I just saw a post from my client just the other day. She lived up in northern Ohio, and now she's resort hopping into Florida because we helped her make 1.5 mil at 61% profit margins.
That is absolutely fantastic. And the folks from CapitalCon, Brad Blazer was on the show a couple of weeks ago with Kevin, who is obviously speaking at that event. So I think people learn more from avoiding other mistakes than necessarily trying to copy successes. I can't just copy Michael Jordan, but I can learn from the failures that he had. So what have been some of the biggest adversities you've overcome? And more importantly, what'd you learn from them?
Yeah, so I'll just be fully transparent. When I first started, normal entrepreneurs go, it's tough. It is tough. You're going through the slog. The number one mistake I made was not focusing. And, you know, I'm someone who can be very laser focused. I'm very logical. But when it came down to those couple of years when I was first starting out, it was shiny object this. And when you're sitting there as a new entrepreneur, or even as a 42-year-old veteran entrepreneur, shiny object, the noise will creep up on you. So stay in your lane. That is the biggest thing. Number two, I learned last year, and this changed the business wholeheartedly. Qualify your prospects. And it's such a, well, duh moment, but qualify your prospects. Not everyone will be a great fit. And even if they're a great fit, you may not get along with them. And that's okay. It's not a zero-sum game over here. It's not, if they're gone, then I'm not going to make anything. Look, there's a lot of people in the world. And for me, there's a lot of people who are just now starting their course creation or info product or consulting business online. Focus and qualify. Those are the two main things that I've learned. And then finally, the third major thing that I should have done is document the journey. Tell your story along the way, but document the journey, because, you know, we can create ads that are just, hey, what's up, guys? I'm in front of my Lamborghini. But no, great, you know, cool car, man. But it's one thing to do that. It's another thing to show results and document the journey. I get the most response from showing the results of my clients' campaigns just in a, hey, I'm going to open up the door to you today. Look, they made $1 million. Here's how we did it.
Absolutely. You are a voracious consumer of content. What are some of the biggest books, some of the books that have had the biggest impact on your career?
I'm going to keep it simple, Seth. The biggest books that have had an impact are the .com Secrets, Expert Secrets, Traffic Secrets trilogy from Russell Brunson. There's another book that's over there, Getting Everything You Can Out of All That You Got. As you can tell, I love from the mentors' mentors, meaning you got the gurus. Who did they learn from and who did they learn from? So I'm an avid consumer of podcasts. That's where I get a lot of my information. Ryan Moran over at capitalism.com, Alex Hermosi. Oh my gosh, he's a mentor I've never met in person, but goodness gracious, he's solid. And finally, just practical application, just doing it. People can get so lost in the sauce with reading, which is great. I'm a huge fan of self-development and consuming content that helps. But just do it. See if it works. If it doesn't, tweak it, fix it.
Great advice. For our listeners who want to learn more about what you're doing, where is the best place for us to send them?
Yes, so you can check out more about what we do at beknowntoday.com. That is BEKNOWN today.com. You can watch a short little video about what we do, how we do it, see some testimonials and stuff. And then if you want to learn more about me, I'm on Facebook. You can find me at Daniel Pope. It's me leaning up against the wall in my Be Known shirt. I'm pretty hard to miss.
Awesome. This has been Seth Greene for Sharkpreneur with Daniel Pope of Be Known. Daniel, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Seth. Appreciate it.
Thanks everybody for watching or listening, and we'll see you next time. Do you need money to fund your idea, product, or service? Are you ready to take your business to the next level, but need capital to get it done? Kevin Harrington has heard more than 50,000 pitches and knows how to help you make the perfect pitch to get the funding for your entrepreneurial dream. He's distilled the process down in his perfect pitch cheat sheet, and it's yours for free. Just text PITCH to him right now at 727-888-2100. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 right now and claim your free perfect pitch cheat sheet. Text PITCH to 727-888-2100 to start funding your dream today.
This show has been produced by Market Domination, LLC. To discover how you can have your own show completely done for you and turn it into a real published book and become the authority in your marketplace, go to www.marketdominationllc.com/podcast offer.